You know what? I really like JT Miller. I like JT Miller, and I like Tyler Myers, because the Vancouver Canucks just showcased what they can do on the ice when they're given the time, when they're given the space, when they're given opportunities, and it's very, very, very pretty. The Vancouver Canucks have just defeated the Detroit Red Wings in a 5-1 game, ending off their home series with a sweep of 3 straight wins. That was awesome. And now the Vancouver Canucks have come back from only scoring a few goals in their first 2 games on the road to scoring a heck of a lot more at home, and honestly being really solid. The Vancouver Canucks played a really great 59 minutes and 30 seconds of gameplay. I want to say just that because they had a really bad 30 seconds to start things out where Dylan Larkin got on the board. That was the one. That was the first immediate goal. That was Thatcher Demko letting in one easy. But Thatcher Demko was great for the rest of the game, didn't allow a single goal after that, and in total, Demko stopped 26 shots on goal by the Red Wings. Pretty solid for your first win of the year. However, after that Larkin goal, it was all Vancouver after that. Actually, I'd be lying if I said that. The Red Wings kind of did have control in the first period, but eventually, it's a late one from Troy Stecher who gets the Canucks on the board here first. This one was a beautiful passing play. The Canucks were hemmed in their own zone. Edler looked tired. They weren't doing their thing properly because the Red Wings were cycling it, and it was nuts. They could have had a goal or two on that chance. But eventually, it's Jake Virtanen who steals the puck on the half boards as it's trying to go in deep. He steals it, skates up forward with it, chips it over to Sutter, and then Sutter finds it back over to Virtanen as they cross the line. Virtanen streaks in, he's down the left side, he's contested, he spins, he centers it. It looks like it's going back to Sutter, but instead it goes over to Stecher, who's off the bench and onto the play. Stecher with a nice shot. Nice grip, nice release, nice accuracy. It's up over the glove of Jonathan Bernier. It's 1-1 at the end of the first period. Fantastic hype play right there. That was great. That was a play where we kind of all saw it coming because Bernier was making some good saves. The Canucks overall were making some good plays, but this one was the culmination of all of that. Off of some desperation where our guys were tired, Virtanen sets up Stecher. It's tied 1-1. Stecher has his first on the year. It couldn't have come on a much better looking goal. However, for the second period and the third, it was mostly Vancouver, and in fact, the second period is where things really did come alive, on the power play. And we'll just address this right off the bat. The power play for the Canucks, yeah, I think they had a little bit too many power plays. I mean, I'm not going to complain because I love seeing my team on the 5-on-4, but oh boy. I can understand why O. Nyquist was kind of upset watching this game. If you don't know him, NHL-based YouTuber who is a Detroit Red Wings fan. We'll just establish that right off the bat. The Canucks power plays probably shouldn't have been power plays to the extent that they were, but hey, a minute into the second period, it's Alexander Edler. He gets things set up on the power play here. It's just a passing play. It's Pettersson, Boeser, and Edler passing it between themselves. Eventually, it's Petey who sends it over to Edler. Edler takes a look, he takes a shot, it's in. This one looks like it's tipped in by Tyler Myers at first glance, but the replay suggests otherwise. Edler just gets a clear shot in. Bernier can't see it. Myers is the guy in front. Edler has his third on the year, assisted by Pettersson and Boeser. That's what we love to see. Edler's shots, man, they're going in this year, and they're looking great while they're going in. Awesome stuff from Alexander Edler. But just a little bit later, this time, it's Elias Pettersson. He gets himself his second goal on the year. It's Boeser and Myers with the assist. So Petey and Boeser get their second points on the game here. Eventually, this is just a passing play. It's sent up to Boeser. He comes into the zone. Boeser centers it over for Myers. Myers has a little bit of a tough time corralling it, so he just shoots it on net. He shoots it. It's off of Bernier out to the side, and Pettersson, who entered the play earlier, he comes in, he streaks in, he shoots it himself too on the rebound. Nice play there. A goal scorer's goal. He taps it in out of midair as it bounces off of Bernier. So Pettersson, he's up to 2 points in the game. He's up to 2 goals on the year. Boeser has 4 assists this year, which is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome for Brock Boeser. And it just keeps coming. It just keeps on coming because you remember JT Miller? Yeah, he was really good on that play earlier. It looked like he could have had a goal, but nah, it just went by him on the power play. This time it's Edler and Boeser cycling it again, but this time they get Miller involved. Miller is down low, up over to Boeser. Boeser finds it over to Edler with a one-timer, and then it's tipped in by Miller, who squeaks out in front. This one was Miller's goal. The first one from Edler at the point wasn't a Miller goal, but this one was. And this one was Boeser's 3rd point of the game. It was Edler's 2nd point of the game. Miller has his 2nd goal on the year, so that is great to see. He was already leading the team in points. Now he adds a goal here. So that's always awesome to see, especially with Edler and Boeser getting themselves on the score sheet too. And then the 3rd period, things get really, really feisty. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but eventually it's another power play goal. It's JT Miller again, assisted by Pettersson and Edler. Yeah, it's the same guys popping up on the score sheet again and again and again. Pettersson with his 3rd point of the game, Edler with his 3rd point of the game, and JT Miller with his 2nd goal of the game and 3rd on the year. This one was a crazy play. It was Edler and Pettersson passing it back and forth to each other like we know they usually do. And then, right away, you can see it. Pettersson is looking at Boeser, who's on the left side. You watch Boeser wind up, it looks like he's going to get into shooting position. So Pettersson, he lobs a pass. It's a quick one. It's going right through the slot, and it looks like it's going right to Boeser. Boeser looks prepared to take it. You look at Bernier. Bernier is anticipating it to go all the way to Boeser. So he goes from left to right. He's covering the right post. But instead, it's taken over by JT Miller in the slot, who quickly takes the pass and shoots it back on the right side. It's in. That was a crazy goal. It looked like Pettersson was going to Boeser, but Miller just came in there, and he was like, no, I'm scoring it this time. And you saw the overreaction from Bernier when he was going from left to right. He was fully on the right side as if he was taking on Boeser. Miller had a great open side of the net to shoot at, and it was just the good old dipsy-do, how do you do, fake it out to one guy instead. That was a crazy one, and I was completely taken aback. I thought it was going straight over to Boeser, and instead Miller steals it, he shoots it, he scores. It's 2nd of the game for him, and that seals the deal. It's 5-1 Vancouver off of a whole bunch of power play goals that maybe shouldn't have been there, but okay. I'm not going to complain if the Canucks get a lot of power plays, but that was kind of excessive, I'm not going to lie. Things did get a little bit physical towards the 3rd period, and that was... oh boy, that was a thing. Tyler Myers got some shots in on Adam Ernie. Ernie was headlocking Tyler Myers, and then Myers kind of elbowed him to the head afterwards. Myers got away unscathed from that play, which I was kind of surprised about, but I guess I'll take it. Lots of body checks, too. Jake Virtanen got involved, Tim Schaller, Alex Edler was a physical presence out there. Great game from Alex Edler. 3 points, as I said, a goal and 2 assists, and some really good hits along the boards as well. Physical Edler is back. Actually, scratch that. Physical Canucks are back. Tim Schaller had a really good hit in the 3rd period where he just dumped a guy down, and overall you could really see the feistiness of the Canucks throughout this entire game. Anytime the Red Wings had the puck in their own zone, the Canucks were hemmed in, aggressive, and just swarming around that area. It's something that we haven't really seen in a while. I want to say the Canucks haven't played this aggressive in Oh boy, if I had to label when I saw the Canucks last play this aggressive, I wouldn't be able to do it. Maybe the Tampa Bay game where Danique Martel got his licks in on Stecher, but Stecher is a guy who actually did have a little bit of a moment here too, in a little bit of an altercation with Adam Ernie, the same guy who got involved with Tyler Myers. That was kind of ugly to see, but eventually the two both got ejected from the game, so you say your dues with moments like that. But eventually, it's a Vancouver Canucks win through and through, and I'm very happy to see that. JT Miller is now up to 6 points on the year, Pettersson with 3 points, Boeser with 3 points, Edler is an absolute beast. What's up with Alex Edler? Edler, man, the guy is up there at 5 points on the year, and he's looking like a really good offensive defenseman. He's going to give us a hard time when we finally take him off of that first power play and put Hughes over there in that spot too. Hughes is a guy who looked great, but who didn't really have his moments like the other Canucks did. So, yeah, quiet game for him, but overall, the main Canucks that we want to shine, they shined. Hope you enjoyed this video, Social 99, and bye.